I was knocked out. I was gone. I didn't know what the surface looked like. I I had a mishap. I literally remember looking at the clock and saying, "It's only 6:30." Okay, going right back to sleep. Overslept. My bad. Sharp bamboo. Make sure you thank Comey. Nah, I already washed up. It's just my freaking eyes are still adjusting to being open. Good sleep. Yeah, it was good. Not long enough, but it was good. How's everyone doing? What's poppin'? What's litty? Oh, I'm still sleepy. I'm still sleepy. I was sleepy yesterday too. It's okay though. As soon as it's over, I'm gonna take a nice long nappy wappy. Okay. I think it's cool to just dive right into it, right? You're gonna dive right into it. Thank you, Comey, for the gifted. Yeah. Mr. Bamboo, I hope you said thank you. It doesn't look like it, but I hope you say thank you, you know. Free gifted, you know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Ah! Alright, that's right. We did the tutorial where it showed me the gravity thing. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be a map that utilizes it. Yep, okay. Woo! Hurry! All the headlines will be the vice president's visit tomorrow. God, hold on. All the headlines will be the vice president's. All the headlines will be the vice president's visit to Rhodes. All the headlines will be focused on the vice president's visit to Rhine Lab tomorrow. The editor-in-chief will have our heads if we don't get a good photo. Wait, I can't find my press pass. What? You can't go in without it. Go find a good spot. I'll look for it. We know what you're trying to do, sir. We know you think she's cute. So many people. I couldn't even get to the cafe downstairs for breakfast. A public visit by the vice president. Broadcasted live. Every newspaper is here. It's a wonder they didn't completely block the roads. Razi and Ifrit. You see it, Rosmontis? What? First the factory, then Rhine Lab. Tremount likes to block off a place when something happens. Rhine Lab is different from a factory, isn't it? They blocked off some of the key roads leading in, probably out of security concerns for the vice president's convoy, which causes other streets to fill up. Did they think people wouldn't see if they blocked it off? That's dumb. Doctor, what are you looking at? Will it rain today? Sunny all day long. The hotel TV had the weather report on when we were leaving. Guess you didn't see it. Anyway, it's not the rainy season yet. Another sunny day. The urban planning of Tremount is intricate. The gaps between the staggered skyscrapers allowing sunlight to pass through, for the sun to paint each street with warm light evenly in these early days of winter. You look up to see a dark cloud in the distance, floating nonchalantly in the sky. The wind is blowing toward the cloud, and it looks to be moving away from the city, but it never disappears. You also see the busy streets, the parked cars, a flash of light up high in the distance, and a well-disguised passerby. You keep a poker face while urging the two girls on. Did you find something, Doctor? Let's go. Music is waiting. I figured that had something to do with her. Don't worry, Doctor. We'll protect you. Don't forget today's mission. I know. You said it a dozen times before we left. I promised to listen to you, and I keep my promises. I think we're there. Whew. Okay. Doctor, we meet again. As usual, I'm the one waiting. I'm a minute early. I got here before you. I got myself ready as soon as your message came in. This is your company, after all. Well, this is what you asked for. Plans for the Red Lab building. A visitor's pass, and visitor's passes for you and your young assistants. I called in a few favors to get you clearance to most of the building and data. Today only. There are lots of hidden spaces in the building, both above and below ground. My tip is to have someone focus on the underground. What about you? I have to accompany Mr. Vice President on his Rhine tour, of course. Kirsten's not here, and we're missing a few section heads. Can't have anyone else calling out. I'll give you a big personal thank you when we're all done. Yo, those clones are like... They have to be her saving grace. She can be literally everywhere at once. It's always clones. I really like her. Just her style and shit. I read your resignation letter, Bieber. Justin Bieber. Why so sudden? I'm sorry, Dr. Jara. I discovered something yesterday. Go on. The Energy's wing has 38 ceiling lamps and 21 vents. The carpet beneath our feet looks the same at first glance, but a closer look reveals that there are actually 3 versions subtly different in pattern and fridges. I didn't know you were planning to go into interior design, Bieber. You would have done the same if all projects you're involved in are up in the air. And the only work you have to do each day is to reread the report that you wrote a day before. I understand. It's hard work. Keeping your guys calm while pretending that everything is business as usual. I could live with hard work, Director. The labs have always been relatively independent of one another. And research is modular. Everybody goes about their own business, even if something happens to Site 359. Even if Ferdinand quits unexpectedly. And at the lower levels, people don't know much to believe. Wow, it's already happening. People don't know much and believe this is no different from any number of research accidents that have happened before. The kind that every tech company deals with now and then. But I know this one's different. Control has virtually vanished without a trace, and Fernanden suddenly resigned. Every day is like sitting on a fire. There's no formal change of leadership and energy. No one to tell me what happened or what I should do. Now the vice president is touring Rhine. This makes my stomach seize up when I walk into the lab and see the excitement in everyone's eyes. So you talked to Volvort. Kochinsky. So you talked to Volvert Kochinsky's headhunter, Sonia, right? Yes. I'm not reprimanding you, Bieber. Wake up. Your position at Ryan Lab allows you to see more than the average employee, but not the full picture. It's normal to feel anxious. The responsibility falls on me. I asked you to keep things calm in the energy section, but neglected your own emotional needs. It's not your fault, just weakness on my part. Why do you think the vice president is making a sudden visit? I don't know, but he'll find out that the press conference that he held a few days ago has to do with us. Really? That's all I can tell you for now. How about this? Take 1 month off, paid leave. See, when you got guap like that, you could just say paid leave just like that. Yeah. Maybe it'll be enough for you to clear your head and return to your post. If you still insistent on resigning after that, I won't stop you. Run Lab grew from a single lab to 10 sections, running more than 100 large-scale projects simultaneously. It has seen bigger storms. It has survived them all. Just give it a little thought. Sorry for the trouble, Sonia. The staff need a way to vent in times like this. Bieber should be the last one. If he's okay, the energy section is okay for now. Yeah. Catch you for lunch or dinner one of these days. Give Tin Man my thanks. Come in. Oh, God. This guy. How many does that make this week? Not your problem. Just don't send them to business if you're reassigning them. I don't need flighty idiots like that. They're cornerstones of this company, Justin, just as you are. And I may be old, but I'm not senile enough to assign a PhD in energy mechanics to be one of your salesmen. The vice president is almost here. I doubt you have time to fool around in my office. Just giving you a heads up. I'm seeing a few new investors today, and I have a number of important meetings to attend. Since the vice president is here to inspect research, I'll excuse myself. None of the phones in business stopped ringing today. Ringing the day the vice president announced his visit to Rhine. I had to get someone to add 2 dedicated hotlines. Oh my god. It's a clear signal. The world of Tremount finance. No, not just Tremount. No, not just Tremount. Not just finance. Every Colombian who has been passing interest in investing has their eyes on us. That Bieber has a lot of stock options, doesn't he? I say you just accept his resignation, then hire him back at a lower salary when the company's stock soars and he begs for it. Rhine Lab is not a stock market toy, Justin. Now that is just hurtful. Major Benjamin, Councilman Chris, Deputy Phil, Commander Colette, even Chief Justice. That's just a few people I'm talking to today. Could Kirsten have kept playing her hide-and-seek game with Blake if I hadn't continued to sweet-talk all these friends? He's so sus to me. You utilize a lot of resources. Just doing my job. And one correction, I'm not a cornerstone of Rhine Lab. A cornerstone exists for other people to build upon. I don't have the same loyalty to Kirsten as you do. I choose her and Rhine. I helped her because I wanted to take control of my own fate and everyone's fate. This isn't a game. Yo, that bird gives me bad vibes. I'm telling you, that's going to be the next boss at the end of this whole mission. News from Maylander. Yes, sir. They have personnel deployed around the area to ensure your safety. Good. How much further? 2 more blocks until Rhine Lab headquarters. Canceling today's tour is always an option, sir, if you're concerned. If the Maylander Foundation can't be trusted, then canceling the tour won't be enough to protect me. I can't very well skip class to see the mining platforms chase the sun because I'm scared of the exams like I did when I was young. Not when I'm the vice president of the Colombian Union. You should get some rest while you can, sir. I doubt there'll be many more chances today. Do you remember how I described Tremount at yesterday's banquet? The future of Colombia. You said you loved this useful city, just as you love this useful nation. As a matter of fact, I don't like this place at all. There are no burden beasts, no clouds of dust kicked up by their hooves. No duels for some dumb reason. No pioneering spirit. Only white-collar workers and their coffee. High-rise buildings that split the sky and he sniffs the air. It immediately what came to mind was that he was sniffing the guy, but he's sniffing the air. I know. Air's so clean, it makes your stomach squirm. I believe the Tremontian circulation system employs. Don't, Pavard. I'll be hearing far too many explanations like that over the next few hours. You don't like dealing with scientists? I won't go that far. They're simple. They can go on and on about their projects, blueprints, and ideals, sometimes outlandish, sometimes crazy, most incomprehensible. All I need to do is smile, nod, shake their hands when they're done, giving them a few words of encouragement. Much simpler than dealing with old folks of the special district. You represent the state. The people like to see Colombia support science. It's good for your image and your odds in the next election. The vice presidential election, Colombia's biggest political event, but I'm thinking that perhaps I shouldn't spend too much time and effort on it. You've achieved a lot over the past several years. The polls indicate you enjoy a high level of support. The representatives who support you have also been in contact with that influential Volpo director of Rhine Lab. It's not easy to gain support of a big tech. You have a head start. No, I mean in comparison with Mark Max, the president ever guiding Colombia to her promised future. I mean in comparison with Mark Max. Oh, that's the name of his bird. All that national attention surrounding the. Okay, I knew that bird was sus. It got a full ass name and everything. Oh yeah, it's gonna be the final boss, guys. All that national attention surrounding the vice presidential election just adds to the embarrassment. Well, that's kind of spoiling. It's the bird. It's the bird. Like, what? What is this screen showing? The cargo passway behind Rhine Lab. A little to the left. Zoom in. Good. Now there shouldn't be any dead zones. The soldier is nervous as he operates the equipment. The colonel has been standing behind him for some time now, his brow furrowed. The 5 blocks around Rhine Lab headquarters have all been placed under surveillance. Many figures are moving on the screens. Key areas have been blocked off, but there continues to be a considerable crowd nearby. Of course, the crowd also provides good cover for their operations. The soldier scans each monitor, not even daring to blink. What's the station on the ground? All undercover and support units are in position. Good. Where's Ferdinand? He's on the phone. The phone? Yeah, should I summon him? Never mind, no need to tell him. What about the colleagues in the defense section that he talked about? We've taken over. Good. A shadow flashes across the bottom left display before appearing on the other screens. It is the Colombian Columbia displayed on top of a car. Colombian flag. Several black vehicles maintain equal separation with it, in front and behind, with a machine-like discipline. Begin. The Vice President's convoy is in sight. Begin. Have a nice tour, Jackson. Have a nice tour, Chucky. Mr. Vice President, there have been reports that Trenton factory explosion in District 13 was linked to Rhine Lab. Is your visit to Rhine Lab at this time intended to dispel such speculation? Excuse me, District 13 is still under lockdown. Did you authorize the Army's actions, and how long will the lockdown remain in effect? Will you be meeting with Control, right? Excuse me, Mr. Vice President, about your schedule in Tremount? Patience, please. There'll be a press conference after the President has concluded his tour. We have set aside a space to accommodate members of the press. Please follow me and refrain from disturbing other staff members in their work. There's no one else? Damn. Did they just off, dude? Did they just off, dude? Shut him up. Look at that, hiding weapons in the in recording equipment? Search him. Make sure he doesn't have anything else on him. Weapons in the recording equipment. There's a discrepancy in the documents. Find a way to check the credentials of all reporters in the press area. Be discreet. I got this one. No commotion. Lost contact with A1, A2, and A3. Have all our locations been compromised? Oh, okay. So it was their guys dressed up as reporters. Okay. Got it. Have all our locations been compromised? HQ. Need immediate instruction on whether to continue operation. Nope. That's the 9th one. If you're used to dealing with terrorists, you know a thing or two about planning a terror attack. Report. All potential vantage points within sniping range of Rhine Lab have been secured. We have neutralized 9 snipers and 11 disguised assassins. Continue to monitor the area around Rhine Lab. Roads, vehicles, pedestrians. Leave no stone unturned. Roger. The Vice President has entered the Rhine building. It will be difficult for us to deploy directly inside the building. Do you intend to be on the scene personally? No. I got a message from a colleague. There's somewhere I need to be. Share intel with Doctor of Rhodes Island. Follow any orders issued by the Doctor. Acknowledged. Damn, Tin Man said, hey, you guys got spots where you're going to snipe from? You guys got assassins? You guys got anyone trying to come after? Nah, we got them. No big deal. We got 9 of them. We took them out. No big deal. This one makes 7. Are you okay, Rosmontis? Just mass-produce power armor, Doctor. Don't worry. It won't take too much effort. Serial numbers match the ones that the defense section lost, but 5 are still unaccounted for. Should we keep looking? We need to eliminate them before we leave the secret passage, right? They'll cause chaos if they get out, even if they can't get to the Vice President. Good work, Rosmontis. How'd you think of using the access permissions granted by Mulesies to check the defense section's equipment log? Just down the list of possible options. I didn't expect to strike gold on the first try. I see. Something feels off. These mechs seem cautious in their movements. It doesn't seem so much an assassination attempt as... What's up, man? What's up, Tenzin? Movement, Doctor. Power armor? No. Who else could be in a secret passage at this hour? Hold it, Rosie. Doctor, Operator Rosmontis, what are you doing here? I see. Sorry, Doctor. I've been maintaining radio silence because I had infiltrated Rhine to retrieve data for Calcit. As for Calcit's whereabouts, I have no idea either. The remaining power armor, I destroyed 5 before running into you and the Doctor. That makes a total of 12, which matches the number that the defense section lost. And so, I went to find someone. I'm guessing the feeling of being dragged out of a power suit armor is not something you want to experience again, Reggie. What orders did Fernandin give you? Damn, she knew who it was, too. He only wanted to borrow a few suits of power armor. Fernandin can't be trusted. What about you? How do I trust someone who's repeatedly ignored the rules that she set? Showing up at Rhine whenever she wants, who abandoned all her responsibilities. He took over defense when you left. He paid our wages the past few years. He remembers our names, our hobbies, gives us gifts every once in a while. Oh, that's all it takes? I just got to remember your name and your hobbies and give you gifts? Damn, that's easy. You. That's easy. Fernandez might have been an asshole, but I have to say, Dr. Saria, that asshole pay our bills. Damn, cheap as fuck. The vice president is still inside Orion. You know the consequence if something happens. We must check everything that Fernandez may have touched. Just the 10 suits of power armor. You have my word. 10. I destroyed 7. Sorry, I destroyed 5. That's impossible. Fernandez only borrowed 10. I watched him enter the commands himself. Or myself. What kind of man is Fernandez, Saria? Proud, arrogant, thinks himself better than everyone else. But if there's one thing that sets him above other people, it's that he actually puts his boasts into action. Unless I'm mistaken. I don't think those 10 mechs are for assassinating the vice president. What? Reggie's from the manga. He's the drippy guy that informed Saria about Ifrit. I don't remember. Find an image and send it to me if you can. I don't remember. Looks like he and the army are on guard against each other. Oh, that was relatively short. That wasn't bad. Okay.
In time, I'll find the right place for myself, too. What is it? You've gone astray.
Vermin. Yielding is not an option. Yielding is not an option.
I'm listening.
Just who are you weaklings going to stop like that?
You can't hide your fear. I'm listening. I'm aware of what I'm doing.
This will be over soon.
I see them. I'll be right back.
Moving to designated location. Solidify.
Nice, nice. I'll take a power nap over here.
Monster. Solidify.
I know what to do. Don't order me around. Don't? You better watch your step.
This will be over soon. I will sync it on landing. Prepare to counterattack.
You've got until 3 to surrender. 3!
I'm listening. I obey my own heart.
This battlefield would do well with a splash of ink.
This will be over soon.
I don't like how I can't block them off. I just have to No, fuck this. Let's overkill this shit.
Step.
Prepare to counterattack.
I know what to do. Nothing can mask the scent of despair. I'm listening. I'm aware of what I'm doing. I'm listening.
Pass on your last words? No.
Better leave the fun. Copy the infinite with the tangible. Bring the intangible to life. Who's gonna hit the
We got flying enemies.
Mission accomplished.
We got flying enemies. I'm gonna have to deal with that shit. I'll keep that in mind for the future ones. It's just it's at the, okay, I remember this part. Okay. I feel like I'm a kid in the classroom, having a science lesson for the first time. There's no hyperbole at all to say that science is the future of Columbia. I regret not being able to stay longer and hear about your other projects. You're always welcome at Rhine Lab, Mr. Jackson. Thank you, Dr. Jara. I hope my visit didn't cause too much of an inconvenience. Kind of you to say so. It was a pleasure to be your tour guide today. Having the famous Marianne Blake as your tour guide alone makes this trip to Tremount worthwhile. Between the two of us, I'm a pretty big fan of yours. I have an autographed poster of your debut film at the office wall. Really? A present from my wife when I was elected. Kindly make a note to follow up with the special district government about Rhine Lab's application for a new research facility. Will do, sir. I guess that'll be it for today. Miss Jara, I wish you a pleasant stay at Tremount. Thank you. May the sun shine on the next day as it has today. Oh, that's a nice quote. Come on, mash that photo button. Mr. Vice President, what did you think about your trip to Rhine today? Ask your questions in order, please. We have 10 minutes. There's no rush. You heard me right. I'm clapping. Vice President's visit bolsters Rhine Lab's claim as an industry leader. The headlines write themselves. The tour concluded without incident. The Vice President will leave Rhine Lab in 10 minutes. Doctor? I got the map you sent, Doctor. So there's a secret passage that leads right to the underground structure, but it's not in the plans that Musa gave you. Leave it to me. I've been sitting here twiddling my thumbs while you and Rosmontes have fun with the power armor up there. Didn't even see a shadow. Saria is coming for me? Then I have to go to the underground structure too. The Vice President is leaving in a few minutes, right? We can't have any risks. Ifrit moving out. Doctor. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm back. How are things up there? Not sure. Didn't quite make it up to the surface, but there was no commotion. I'm guessing the attack failed. What about us? We activated the jammers and aren't supporting any other units. I don't think anyone is coming here. Fernandin's route was very well concealed. Let's carry out the plan. It's almost time. The explosives? Set up while you were scouting. 2 tubes of advanced plastic explosives enough to breach the containment structure. You know, I thought Fernandin wanted to come back to Rhine Lab, but this is the liquefied iridium pipeline used by this energy section. By his energy section. The Colonel says he's stuck in the same boat as us. he has no choice. Don't really see the point in blowing this up now, though. The Vice President should have left Rhine Lab by now. What good will blowing up Originium pipes do? What good will blowing up Originium pipes in the underground structure do? I'm trying to figure out what's like really going on, but I guess I'm not really supposed to know just yet. The Colonel has his plans. All we need to do is follow orders. Darkness. Who goes there? A kid? Looks like the doctor's intel was good. Hey you. I don't know what you're hiding here, but I think you ought to surrender now. We lost contact with all units. Yes, sir. Sudden comms failure. Vice President and his... Hold on. I need to get some actual water. Mew Mew Water, shut up. Vice President and his Ritu. Retinue. A group of advisors, assistants, or other accompanying an important person. Alright. The press, no sign that anything is amiss. It looks like our guys were neutralized before they could move. Reports indicate that our operations within Rhine are also being disrupted by a sudden appearance of some power armor. We're also losing signal from the cameras on the streets. We're losing control of the scene, sir. So our best... Yeah, pretty much. So our best laid plans are like a sieve. Oh, jeez. Why don't they just use... Oh, the fucking... Never mind. Like a sieve to the intelligence network of the Maylander Foundation. I mean, they're still using English. I've never heard it called a sieve. I've never heard it called a sieve, but yeah, I know what it is. It's not surprising that they're able to respond, given how hastily this assassination plan was hatched. Should we pull out, sir? They're bound to trace the trail back here sooner or later. No hurry. The Vice President said he would like to have a nice chat with top researchers. I intend to oblige him. Situation at C1 and C2. Still in position, signal stable. Activate the remote control on the top right of the panel, Riker. Yes, sir. The remote control Blake referred to is a mundane mechanical button fitted with an old-fashioned safety lock. The soldier enters the password and the cover pops open, revealing the red button. This is like some old school, like... What is this, sir? Remote control for the explosives that will blow up the containment around the liquefied originium pipes. Look at the screen. According to the routes that Fernandin provided, I hate his name and how much it's coming up. The energy section has several liquefied originium pipelines running through the west wing of Rhinelab. Rhinelab Engineering does a thorough job. In addition to the standard safety measures, there are also underground containment structures that prevent chain reaction in the event of a leak. The original plan was to cause a leak with the explosion, creating a chance for operatives on the ground to approach Jackson. Fuck no, that's not a common name. What the fuck? What the fuck? I've never heard that name in my life. By chance, however, Jackson's convoy will cross over one of these pipelines on the way back. Why are you lying, sir? Jesus. Your Rhinelab staff? I heard the defense section has a lot of bad-tempered people, but I'm surprised they would hire such a kid so young. I told you to surrender. I didn't say you could talk. I'll try to... Why does it feel like she's talking? Okay, never mind. She's talking her shit. I'm gonna let her do her thing. I'll try to shortstop of turning you to ashes. The doctor and Sarah may want to question you after all. Wait, is that a flamethrower? Stop. These are liquefied originium pipes all around us. So that's what's going on. The flaming red Savra girl makes a decision in a split second. She re-engages with the flamethrower safety lock and swings it hard at the one on the left. Then she charges the one on the right and catches the side of his face with her fists. In the time it takes for a flame to flicker, Everett's back on her 2 feet again, dusting off her palms. Damn, she's a stealth worker. She be assassinating people with her them fists. Are you sure she's supposed to be a fire unit? She not a brawler? I think my nose is broken. Run, kid. What? What's that sound? Damn, he started the countdown. Less than a minute left. Ads. There shouldn't be many ads in this anymore. Like, I've lowered them considerably. Yeah, you shouldn't have many ads. Can C1 and C2 make it back? .5 anniversary. Is it that the one that just passed? There isn't another thing that... Don't tell me there's another thing that I missed. Oh, the fake ads in the anniversary stream. Oh, got it. Can C1 and C2 make it back? Their contributions will be remembered, as well as all others who gave their lives this day. But Colonel, it's an entire convoy, 5 cars, a dozen people in the retinue, possibly even Rhine staff members and reporters and other passerby. You have your orders, Riker, but I'll hit the switch myself. That's my job. Your job is to report as soon as you get a signal from C1 and C2. I won't defend myself if I stand trial for this someday. So I'm not going to waste my time explaining myself to soldiers now. Yes, sir. We have a signal. The Vice President's convoy is reaching the target area in the west side of Rhine Lab. Colonel? Blake places his hand on the cold mechanical button. A chill runs up his finger and he pauses for a couple of seconds. The soldier glances at his superior, whose brow was furrowed behind the sunglasses. The soldier realizes that his commander is even more anxious than he is. Damn it all to hell. Blake presses the button. There's no sound, only an explosion on some of the screens. On the tiny screens, the collapsing streets were like foam boards underneath the bubbling flame. Then the screen goes black, the camera destroyed by flying debris. There's no sound, but Blake and the soldier could hear the deafening boom in their heads. The surface should be close, but I can't see the path with all these stone slabs in the way. Hey, are you two okay? Oh no, a chain explosion. Ifrit hears a familiar voice in the echoes of the explosion and the falling rubble. Sorry, I'm here. I hear you. Hang in there. I have a lock. Ifrit can hear Saria's voice shaking. Something touches her fingertips in darkness. Calcium crystals? Saria's original arts? Like a stream of water, the crystals fill the gaps in the rubble, then expand, releasing sickening crack. Saria has forced an opening in the collapsed structure. Hello? The hand reaches down from above. Ifrit grabs it and feels it pull her up. Wow, I think it's bringing back memories. I think this is like a moment for her. Yeah, I think it's bringing back memories. A hand reaches down from above. Ifrit grabs it and feels it pull her up, while the calcium tunnel shatters behind her. Don't move. I'm fine, just a little dusty. Your face, were you crying? I wasn't crying, just a little anxious, that's all. Alright. Your hands are dusty too, Saria. Making my face even dirtier. Yeah, she was crying. She was like, you saved me back there. Back when I was a little shit. Oh, sorry. And these two? These were the ones who planted the bomb that blew up the liquefied iridium pipelines. So I brought them out. But I couldn't stop the explosion. You did well. You really did. What is it, Ifrit? Oh, god damn it! They can't even have a moment. Silence, what are you doing here? Silence, why are you here? They can't even have a moment, man. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Pavard, it's safe to go now. The convoy? Just a couple mechs blown up. No need to worry. The car's been modified by the engineering section. It may not look much, but you can trust it. I hope you brought your driver's license, Mr. Pavard. We'll take a special passage on the east side. We planned a new route for you. The rest of your retinue will return in small groups once the dust is settled. Was the explosion expected? No. We wouldn't have allowed an explosion of this size to occur if we knew about it in advance. But Rhine Lab and the Mainlander Foundation's work isn't done until you're back safely at your residence. The enemy has more than one plan, and we'll have more than one contingency. Very good. I just don't want to see another Triton in the headlines tomorrow. No need to worry. We already have a plan in place for the press. Once again, I wish you a pleasant stay in Tremount. Thank you. That's crazy. They're just they're just chilling, kind of talking about a bomb that just blew up in the city. Oh no, we got it. Don't worry about it. We got it. We just need you to get back safely. Just hop in the car. We took care of you. What's up, Soul? All right, second story section. Oh my god. I don't know if my stomach turns every single time that I see Saria and Silence in the same vicinity. Silence, finally. Ever since I entered the city, I've been wondering when I'd get to see you. Silence? Ifrit, come over here. Don't worry, Silence. I'm all good here. Enough to knock out a row of bad guys while carrying you in one arm and running laps around them. If you don't believe me, then I'll even carry Saria with my other arm just to prove it. Stop speaking for a bit. You affect the drone readings. Oh, okay. Silence lowers her head to examine Ifrit, just like she used to do, with the same meticulous and gentle manner as ever. But Ifrit feels very nervous. She's never been scared of Silence getting angry at her. One of the first things she learned growing up was that Silence's anger stemmed from a concern for her. She knows that after Silence is angry, she helps take care of the things that were doing her harm, and helps her chase off the things that were scaring her. But it was not real anger. Ifrit was scared of this silent silence. When Silence does not show an ounce of anger and rather is quieter than usual, she realizes something must have hit Silence's limit. The skies in Tremounts are always gloomy and gray, and the storm clouds are as big as monsters. No wonder you used to always walk into my room with your hair all drenched. Oh, and hot dogs. Do you like them? The doctor bought some for me, and Resmontis and I want to try one with strawberries flavored syrup. Oh yeah, she likes strawberry. Silence? I decided to come here myself. I bothered Dr. Calzit for it for a long time. I also wrote the doctor a super long letter. I completed all my courses and training the last few years. I could do a whole lot of missions just like you and Saria. Blood originium density has slightly increased. What are the estimated rates of increase? What are the estimated rates for... Oh god, I can't read. What are the estimated rates of increase for that and cell fusion assimilation? Slow down. For now, they're within controllable ranges. We won't know the rest of the results until Ifrit returns to the landship for a comprehensive examination. You want me to return to the landship? You guys still don't trust me. No, Ifrit, I trust you, but there shouldn't be a need for any buts here with Saria around. 4 years ago, it was in this very city under the same signboard. I almost lost you forever, but back then, she was at your side too, no different than right now. But I lived, and I've been living good. Saria protected me, so this time I could protect you and everyone with her. Ifrit, listen to Silence. She's your doctor. You should trust her the most. But I trust you too. I trust the doctor and Rosmontis too. There's no difference in the amount of trust I have in you guys. Sorry, I saw you the other day. You were with that mysterious man in a trench coat at Triton Factory in District 13. And on that very same day, something fell from the sky. So you were there too. Just another Ryan-related secret experiment, right? Of course you won't answer. Because this is you trying to protect me and Ifrit. Just 10 minutes ago, Ifrit stopped an assassination attempt on the vice president. What? I'm not trying to conceal information from you, Silence. But what I have on hand is also very limited. There are simply too many different factions involved in this, and all I can do is try my best to prevent the situation from deteriorating any further. We must put this back on the right track. I've heard that line from Director Saria too many times. You are always in control of the situation back at Ryan Lab, but those horrifying experiments kept popping up one after another. There will always be someone hurt by the ambitions of another, and these wounds won't simply be healed by criminal charges and trials. Not to mention, a trial that should never have happened in the first place. I can't help but wonder, when you people finally extinguish this fire, just how many will be left lying in the ruins, breathing their last breath like Ifrit was. You perceive the situation more thoroughly and clearly than I can, but you still choose out of habit to help them control. You hope to minimize any damage and preferably shrink it until it becomes unnoticeable, rather than put a stop to the immorality at its source. I can't deny that. Sorry, I've been waiting years to ask you a question. Your inability to make a genuine stand against Rhine, is it because you're deep in your bones you've always been the same as them? The same as Control? Sniper. Silence. Get down. Ifrit. What? That had to hurt. Even with her... Yeah... That definitely had to hurt. White calcium crystals float before her eyes. They had briefly protected her and Ifrit just moments ago, and now they disintegrate silently as the caster falls. Confirm hit on the target. Great. This high-powered energy weapon is capable of blasting a hole open through an armored vehicle, and yet it wasn't able to penetrate her arts. This damn Voravor, I still don't remember how to say it, and her arts are tough as shit, harder than power armor. You mean to say there's a possibility that she might survive? Possibility? I'm so fed up with that word. All those researchers tossing it around. Wyvern, thank you. All I want is results. Define results. Then what happened with the vice president? Mainlander wouldn't give us a second chance. The op team is still on standby. Should we order them to withdraw? No need. Give them something else to do. Just like how we dealt with that eyesore of a wyvern. Don't let anyone causing chaos in Rhine to get off scot-free. It's time for these idiots who they think... What? It's time for these idiots who think they can do whatever they want with just a few companies under their belts to wake up. No one can challenge the Colombian army's authority on Colombian soil and get away with it. Move. Blake, I didn't give you Ryan's contacts for you to drag it into the gutter, which is why you used your channels with Ryan. The guilty are often the first to complain, Fernandez. Are you aware of our current situation? Someone disrupted the intel and detonator went off too early. And now, reporters have already spun the story that this has nothing to do with Jackson at all. What did you say? I said the assassination failed. Are you satisfied? Come on, Fernandez. Put away whatever weapon you're hiding. Do you really think you can leave a scratch on me? Relax, I don't blame you. Blake pats Fernandez's cheek twice. Oh God, that. Wait, he had a wet. Okay, I'm confused. Hold on. Whatever weapon you're hiding, like he was gonna stab him in the back or something. What is Fernandez doing? Fernandez expected Blake's eyes to be filled with a murderous intent, but to his surprise, all he sees is a smile. Carrying out an assassination with Ryan, given our current intel, would have been extremely difficult, even without your meddling. And even now, that company's all on your mind. All that's on your mind. Loyalty to your own desires isn't necessarily a bad thing, though. I'm serious, Fernandez. It's an admirable trait. You're fit to be a soldier. But now that we've failed, what of it? This is just the beginning. It's a good thing that Mainlander has us pinned down. Do you know how many of my superiors have been waiting ages to strike out against them? Before the situation spirals out of control, our losses will only win me more support. And if things really spiral, trust me, you don't want to know how things will end for me. Of course, I can't guarantee how they'll end for you either. I'll stick to our agreement to help you find Kirsten. We can still turn the tables once we have her in our grasp. That goes for the both of us, and Ryan too. I'll go meet with Jara. Sure, by all means. Let's see if it's luck or fate that'll catch up with us first. Squad A, search that side. Squad B, conduct your search over there. Our targets are a hooded figure with no weapons, and a feline girl able to use highly lethal arts. Doctor, my terminal lit up. That means it's time for me and Ifrit to meet up. But I can't sense her presence. She probably found Saria. Ryan should be safe for now. This place isn't safe at all. There are too many laboratories here. They all have the same white walls, just like a maze. Ifrit hates this kind of place the most. Whenever she talks about these memories, her breaths become shorter and her hands colder than usual. I want to go find her. I don't want to see my friend get hurt. These walls aren't so tough. Just give me the order and I can get you out of here easily. Let's not be hasty. Thank you very much for choosing not to smash up our walls. We imported the material from Casimir's. They're very expensive. There's no need to be nervous, little girl. As you can see, I'm only a businessman. Nothing but a fountain pen and a wallet in my pocket. It's you. I didn't expect to see you here, Director Fitzroy. Sure enough, my next meeting just I wish the piano would stop. My next meeting just happens to be around the corner, so I figured it would greet our guests on my way over. Areas C and D have been searched. There's a ton of conference rooms in front. Prepare to check them one by one. Enemies in the corridors, and a lot of them too. Give me the order, Doctor. We have company. A hero working behind the scenes to prevent a terrible conspiracy, but soon become the target of a clandestine arrest. In Colombia, these sorts of stories are common enough, and such a script wouldn't fetch a good price in Rankwood. At the end of the day, is it a party being obstructed by the establishment and wanting to punish them for it? Is it a party being obstructed by the establishment and wanting to punish them for it? Or the other party dispatching a commission to let this yet to be exposed deal sink into the abyss? Huh? What do you think? Okay, whatever. I don't understand. Hello? Can I not click the button when I'm in this? Should you showed up here at this moment for more than a greeting? Oh, I can't do it during. Okay, I see. What do you think? Seems like there's no need for guesses. They all have reasons to investigate us. I don't get the question before this, so I just click things. You included Director Fitzroy. Surely you showed up here at this moment for more than a greeting. Oops. Would you just look at the time? They're waiting for me to start our meeting. Okay, I don't get that part. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't understand that part. I hope I haven't disrupted your plans too much just by stalling you a bit. Please stand back. I'm going to begin attacking. Director Fitzroy. My friends just call me Justin Jr. Justin Jr. The military seeing us together won't be good for you. What if I told you that the young, beautiful feline lady by your side has something to do with a top secret military experiment that should rightfully be covered in dust and long unused? Okay. Okay. Is that a reminder from a friend? The choice lies with you. Do remind me, just how many of our excellent employees have you already poached from Rhine Lab? Was it 8 or 10? Jar has been thinking about getting acquainted with whoever runs your HR. Since Rhodes Island and Rhineland have been cooperating so closely, the next time we meet, I might even have a contact for you with an offer you can't refuse. I didn't mean to double click. Rhodes Island thanks you for your interest. Okay, they all lead to the same thing. Alright, I won't bother you and Miss Feline any longer. By the way, Doctor, after you get back, please do ask Mulesies a question for me. When she goes out to eat, what's her preferred cuisine? Oh dang, he trying to flex to the elf. Okay. Only one conference room left. The target is most likely inside. Prepare to breach. It's empty. Did you hear the sound just now? What sound? The sound of water. Ah, how wonderful it is. It's a lively energy, strong enough to fight even fate itself. That piano's really freaking annoying. I don't like how it's just like. Normally I'm for the music, but geez, like I'm trying to focus and I just hear a bunch of pressing. It's destroying my brain, or lack thereof. Saria. She's not responding. No way. Her head suffered a serious impact, and her vital signs are there. She's still in critical condition. She needs emergency treatment. Everett, help me lift her arms. Ugh, so heavy. Don't even think about hurting Saria again. Silence, I can burn a way out for us. We can go try and meet up with the doctor. No, the people watching us are definitely also after Rhodes Island. Yes, the military is already inside Rhine, and your friends might not be able to protect themselves. Director Zara, come with me, kids. I can't just sit and watch the founder of Rhine Lab fall here. Mr. Vice President, Congress called back regarding the bill to dismantle those military bases. They're ready to move the hearing up. In addition, the justice who reached out to us earlier has hinted that she's willing to cooperate with us to overturn the previous ruling. The military is going to pay for their recklessness. We have an optimistic estimate that Colonel Blake will be out of Tremount within 12 hours. Everything is waiting for your decision, sir. A call should be coming in, Pavard. Yes, this is the Vice President's temporary office. Yes, he's standing right next to me. Yes. Mr. Vice President, it's... Hand it over. I know who's looking for me. Alright. I understand. I feel the same. I'm not about to let everyone down at this crucial juncture. Mr. Vice President, about the bill. Shelve it. There's no need to put this matter on the agenda for the next 6 months. Is that an order for the Maylander Foundation? Pavard, how many casualties were there in that mess from your report? We eliminated 30 military operatives. And how much money do we spend on training these soldiers every year? $3 million to train a combat-ready man to DoD standards, sir. So we basically just lost $90 million in cash and 30 outstanding talents. That's right. So there's no need to ask whose orders it is. It's a decision that's in the best interest of Columbia. No need to get me a meeting with Blake. It's time for us and the DoD to work together. Understood. I always remember the day the election results came in, when I thought smugly to myself that I could finally sit behind the desk of my dreams, and I received the biggest shock of my life. Back then, I almost thought my country was caught up in a huge conspiracy, but I've come to realize that's not what's happening. Colombia isn't wrapped up in any conspiracy, and Mainlander isn't the shadow government I thought it was. It's just silly things happening in an orderly way. That's what makes it seem like we've been making real progress. But I'm still just a regular guy. Every now and then something crazy pops into my head. If I was really caught in that explosion, then would I be remembered as a martyr for Colombia, or just tossed in the dustbin of history as some incompetent politician? What do you think? The vice president looks around the empty office as if waiting for an omnipresent heir to answer his question. And then the man standing so close to the apex of Colombian power sighs. The military won't be bothering you any longer, so why the long face? Holly, you're a difficult woman to reach. Sorry about that. My boss, who I haven't seen in a long time, has popped on over to Tremount. I need some time to compile my reports. I'm afraid the Tin Man has forgot to send me any copies. And that's why I've come to answer your question personally. As long as it's something I know, I'm happy to tell all. All right. You're the primary representative for the Mainlander Foundation, Rhine Lab's desk. For the Mainlander Foundation's Rhine Lab desk? Huh. So tell me, where exactly is the main instigator of all this malarkey? Where is Kirsten right now? She's in a place that's not even the finest of Colombia's commandos are all able to reach. A place never documented by the Mainlander Foundation. There's nowhere in Colombia like that. It's not on any map in the country, at least for now. Even though the location might overlap with our territory, it's truly out of our line of sight. So you mean, Mr. Vice President, you are no doubt familiar with Project Exploration, an archaeological undertaking spanning multiple years led by the Mainlander Historical Association, or rather, our Tin Man. Those ancient ruins buried under the vast wasteland? Exactly. Coincidentally, we also came across information during the recent raid operation on Rhine's related personnel. Exploration records. These records are currently in the hands of former executive of Rhine Lab, a close friend of Kirsten Wright, as well as an offshore company with an existing criminal record in Colombia. And it is the most coincidental thing that this company called Rhodes Island has a working relationship with my dear leader, the Tin Man. Red Magic 9 will come out. Will you buy one? I mean, I haven't seen any details on it, so we'll just have to wait and see. A water purification and circulation system. You could also call it a sewage drain. It used to have another name, Locus of Sorcery. Once the most primitive weapons of witchcraft from the Tikes. So that's the actual full name. Wait, what? A sewage drain. It used to have another name, Locus of Sorcery. Once the most primitive weapons of witchcraft from Tikes. A sewage drain? Am I missing something? A sewage drain was once one of the most primitive weapons of witchcraft from Tikes? Or am I missing a part or not understanding something? I mean, are we really surprised after hot dogs? Oh, God. It only looks like a drain. Something now considered as a sewage drain. Ah, okay. So that's its actual full name. To think it was installed on the Pioneer Team's nomadic temporary housing. Burp. though it's certain that the device's core components have already been long lost. All that's left is the outermost pipes, and you people had a responsible idea of how to recycle it. I'll take that as a compliment on behalf of the Colombians, madam. This country has gone through hard times. During the Great Expansion, when supplies were scarce, every object was classified into only one of two qualities, useful or useless. This may be a medium of some magnificent memories in your eyes, but to the ordinary people living in Colombia, there are useful pipes that will not be rusting anytime soon. After all, no matter how old an object is or how great an era it has seen, those unable to comprehend by people of the current era will be no different from scrap. Our own levels of understanding are restricted by our own time and space. You and I are not exempt either. Same goes for Kirsten Wright. She could have drawn her power from a Tikez-like legacy. What is a Tikez? Is it safe to search this up? Tikez equals Sarkez. Why don't they just call it Sarkez? Is it like... Never mind. It'll answer it for me. Whatever outside force she has borrowed power from is much more useful than that. Ancient Sarkez. Okay. Could be a little bit of a spoiler. Okay, I'll refrain from searching for anything. But it's just... It makes sense when he said ancient Sarkez because it usually whenever someone refers to something of the past, they usually have a different name. So I think that especially ancient civilizations or races. So yeah, that makes sense. It just didn't make sense when calling them Tikez, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? I mean, she old is an understatement. All right, and Comey comes in. Tikez are the original race for both Sancta and Sarkez. Tikez are the original race both Sancta and Sarkez originate from. They were the original people on Terra and split because of stuff that I won't explain. Just know that the Angel people and Sarkez used to be a single race. A single different race from now. It's explained in a guiding ahead. Okay. And there we are. Thank you, Comey. Comb. And chapter 12. What? Who? When? Okay. There's still 32 technologies waiting to be ruled out. Most of these are not on the Mainlanders Historical Association's exploration records. I presume you won't be needing my company for whatever's coming next. Sure enough, this will not affect our partnership with Mainlander. Yes, indeed. This has always been your way of going about things. You're hoping that Kirsten will not get a hold of that technology, but you also hope that Columbia won't be able to prematurely pocket that fortune for themselves. Still, the same as always, selfless and neutral. I have one more thing to ask you. We can discuss that first, madam. Doctor and the two girls. As you said, there are some roads that only I can take. I'd like to trouble you to take care of them when it's inconvenient for me to do so. Oh, I've misjudged you. You have changed after all, madam. More humane than you once were. No one or thing is forever unchangeable, Revenant Mr. Tin Man. All we can do is accept these changes. I I like that. I like Comey as Comey. I like Calcit. Comey, stop DMing me. Your name came to mind. Stop DMing me. um, I like Calcit is adjusting. I know you like me. Oh, shut up. You know what? I might ban you for that one. I might ban you for that one. Hey, doctor, you good? I should rain in the water and not let it enter the respiratory tract. Or could it be that my skills have gotten rusty after not using them for so long? The doctor probably bumped that hood on something and passed out. Oh, that's actually funny. Never mind. So sorry. It's all because of that Justin Jr. He suddenly dumped a sack of papers on me. Said all the directors have to fill them out or we won't get our funding for next year. That was close. I almost didn't make it. Oh, you're awake, doctor. Mew mew. Good morning. No, good evening. I remember being in a ventilation duct. Yep. I was manipulating my water around when I knew you were in trouble. The two of you were about to be discovered when I found you, so I wrapped you up in water and brought you here. I was in a hurry, so excuse the bumpy ride, okay? I can't repay the kindness you've shown me. It's not that great a deal. But you know, if you insist on returning the favor, just sign this employment contract I got here. I wouldn't mind having an assistant with brains as big as yours. Is that her trying to rizz me up? I'm just saying, you know. She's a scientist after all, so I think she might be trying to rizz me up. Is she trying to rizz me up? I think she's trying to rizz me up. Doctor, I know you just woke up, but I got to tell you some bad news. Shut up, Zach. It seems Sari got attacked at the same time you were. Is she okay? I'm not sure about the specifics, but that's Sari, you know, harder than diamond. She wouldn't be in any serious danger, right? The big question is what to do next. I gotten the feeling that once the military gives you a warning, they don't give up so easily. So your situation here is actually Rhodes Island situation is far from hunky dory. Rosmontis, outside the corridor. Someone's walking towards us. Huh? But I was so cautious on the way here. The army couldn't possibly have tailed us this easily. Or could it be the Maylander guys, like Mr. Tin Man and his pets? Secret agents like to pop up like this. Rosamond, is it the Tin Man? I don't know. I don't feel anything special. The feeling I'm getting is very normal. Mew Mew, can you take a look around the area? You want me to send a few eyes out there? That's so cool that she can do that. Okay. Finally. So am I late? I wanted to see you as soon as you got to Tremount. Unfortunately, my work took much longer than expected. Wait, I remember that mug shot. I remember that mug from the docks. That mug shot. You're Loken Williams. Loken? Yes, it is I. You must have received my letter. Narcissa? That's not why I stopped, but yeah, thank you, because I didn't know how to say it, but that's not why I stopped. Is that Rosmontis' real name? Narcissa. Oh. Oh, it's Rosmontis' real name. Oh, here we go. Here we go. My name is Rosmontis. It's my only name. You know, no matter. What's important is that you come. To tell the truth, I've been a bit nervous ever since I sent the letter. To see you're willing to meet me makes me a very happy man. Okay, you know. I don't know what's happening, and I'm very scared. But it's getting real. It's getting very real. This is why the files were so important. Okay, Comey. I get it, okay? I get it. I'll read them. I promise. I'll read them. I promise. Okay? Why they gave him final boss music? Listen to this shit. They gave him final boss music. You wrote the letter? You wanted me to come here? Yes, my child. I even wanted to go looking for you myself. But time is short, so I had no choice but to have a friend deliver that letter to Rhodes Island. Yes, Rhodes Island, that's what it was. And after the disaster, I heard the organization took you in. Have they been treating you well? They are my family. Dr. Cosset, Amiya the doctor, Blaze, Radian, and everyone in the squad, they're all my family. So you mean you found a new family? The frail man coughs violently, and his natural crooked body seems to drop even lower. He stares at Rosmontis as if wanting to go move to her, but a thin wall of water stops him in his tracks. Mulesy knows who he is, and so do you. Oh, Mulesy knows who he is, and so do you. This is the very same name that cropped up many times in Rosmontis' files. The criminal that should have been well behind bars suddenly appeared before you, acting as a grandparent rushing to visit his grandchild after work. I didn't mean to double click. You came here alone to find Rosmontis? This is what I wanted. Nothing to do with anyone else. Let me get a good look at you. You've grown up, girl. Over the past 4 years, no. Should be 5 soon enough. I've thought of you so many times while we've been apart. Whenever I think about the time we were separated from each other, I just feel so sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you from them. Those mediocre hacks with their superficial goals. They destroyed the future we could have had together. A future? Were we supposed to live together? And I don't remember you. Should I have remembered this? I record everything I don't want to forget in my terminal. You've forgotten who I am? Have you lost all your memories and forgotten the wrongs I've done? Are you a bad man? Did you do something bad to me? That's not for me to answer, my child. That would make this meeting meaningless. Your memory loss. It should not have been an effect of the experiments. Could there have been another party? Maylander or perhaps Rhine? Don't aim those eyes my way, Mr. Williams. I'm just a teeny weeny director of ecological. A teeny weeny director of ecological. Right. Besides, even if the old goat was here, his precarious code of ethics wouldn't be any worse than yours, right? This has nothing to do with ethics. Rhodes Island, did you wipe the girl's memories and manipulate her emotions? It's not something Rhodes Island would do. Yes, you couldn't have done that. It was all my work after all. I was so meticulous that no one could possibly strip away much Such an important part of her when her vitals are functioning normally. Oh, I see it now. It was me after all. Perhaps I didn't make enough observations. Yes, we didn't have the luxury of time. The pressure of consciousness is honestly beyond anything layman could comprehend. Or could it be that you passed your memories into your sibling? I don't know how to answer you. There must be a way. Let me think. Any fragment of that incident is beyond meaningless. Same as the records and data. They all belong in the garbage dump. But emotions, shapes, scents, oh yes, smells, that's it. A floral scent? It smells like crushed juice smeared on the walls and on my hands. No, stop. Stop thinking about it. I don't want this. Yes, I knew it. I'm still somewhere in your memories. Please, child, bring out those memories. Remember your hatred for me. Let your anger fill your body, your mind, your omnipresent spirit. Stop. Get out of... Oh, you're hurting her. Hurting her? No, her pain comes from the past, not the present. I only want to give her the gift she's been longing for. This is not a gift. Do you actually understand her pain? Everything you know about her and her experience is secondhand information from Maylander. Don't you think she has every right to be angry to hold resentment? Oh, I know. Both you and Maylander are walking the same path. You want her easy to control. But you're afraid of her. Afraid of a weapon reignited anger. Of reignited anger, sorry. Everything you experience with Rosemontis and Chernobyl comes flooding back before your eyes. The fight's desperate with determination to live alongside the pain of farewells. Yes, you've heard the term used many times in the past to describe the feline girl by your side. She felt it was harsh before, but this time it's unbearable. Because it came out of Loken's mouth. The root cause that led to Rosemontis in the first place. You have many ideas on how to refute his claims. It also occurs to you that if Culsett were here, she would be capable of coming up with an even more extensive response. Even more extensive, yeah. Largely extensive. Incredibly extensive. A Harry Potter book. But another thought comes to mind before your words. Kick him. I see you're outraged by... I didn't mean to kick him. I just saw the... Yeah. Okay. I see you're outraged by my words. That's fine. You're not willing to think of her as a weapon, but you look at her. But just look at her. She's standing in front of you, even wielding a sword for you. That noise that came up along with it was creepy. Doctor, please get behind me. My sword might be about to pierce through the building's outer wall. Rosemontis, you. Enemies. There are enemies closing in quickly. I'll protect you, Doctor. My mind still feels like it's a mess. It's a mess up. What? It still feels like it's a mess. But Dr. Culsett and Amiya told me my mental state is a lot more stable now. They allow me to protect you. And this is one thing I could definitely do. I know. Doctor of Rhodes Island, you truly care for her. They should know what she really needs. Just ask yourself this. What are you trying to protect? A soldier that would die for you? Or a child with a traumatic past? The question is not difficult to answer, but it is obvious that Loken is not interested in your reply. From the moment he stepped into the room, he's been staring directly at the white feline girl next to you. His turbid gaze, full of enthusiasm, sorrow, and a certain kind of anticipation. And here come these guys. They're here. Such a pity. This is the end of our meeting. You're not ready, my child. But I know you will be. I'll be waiting for you at home. Hold it. You actually caught up. No, you were waiting for me. Which one of you is your true self? The silent one in the room earlier, or the one right here? That's not important. Your Originium arts are quite interesting. Or perhaps... No, forget it. I don't have time for this curiosity. Do you have business with me, Director of Rhine Lab? Where's Kirsten? But you're the Rhine one here. Are you sure you should be asking me that? The only way you could have gotten out of this prison is with her help. Your being here means the work she entrusted to you is already complete. She's done preparing, right? She's really planning to? Pitiful girl. Hey, I'm not about to let a rotten geezer who looks like he hasn't showered in 3 days call me pitiful. Damn, the roast. Astonished, unwilling, and anxious. You're afraid, little girl. You're afraid of being betrayed by those you trust, and of being abandoned by others. The worst is your confusion. You're such a complete loss that you have no choice but to ask an outsider like me. Such a familiar feeling is when my teacher handed all the research to Mainlander. When he expelled me from my academy. When my students submitted all my data to the military before I did, and I had to speed up my experiments, leading to the ultimate failure. When I sold my family everything we had in DC and disappeared. I saw that very same look in the mirror. My eye bags can't be that bad. I just don't get it. Oh, my eye bags can't be that bad. Damn, she's still roasting. Well, she trusts that wretched woman from Maylander and you over Saria. Why are you stalling for time here? We were waiting for Holly to pick you up. I won't necessarily lose, you know. You don't want me for an enemy, girl. Huh? Do you really think you could stop Kirsten and I just by catching up to me? Or maybe you want to catch me to catch Kirsten. Music falls into a daze. Loken turns his back, and yet she doesn't act. Only when the familiar wind caresses her face so mockingly does she realize that Loken is no longer anywhere to be seen on the streets. I let him go? What am I doing? You listening? Oh, doctor, I'm right here. I heard everything you heard crystal clear. Yes, sirree. Did your clone manage to stop Loken? Clone? Yes, my clone outside. Doctor, you guessed right. They couldn't have let such a terminally ill old man come here by himself. Before his assistants got him away. I managed to get one thing. Loken Williams is definitely involved in Kirsten's plans. So she can't focus in two places at once. That's something we just learned about her. The puzzle pieces are overlapping. And they're pointing right at Kirsten Wright's hideout. Doctor, your terminal. There's a new message. Damn, I keep doing that. Maylander has some new information to share with us. What a coinky-dink. I was just wondering when we were going to see the Tin Man again. You got roughed up by the army because of him, so it's only right that he should make it up to you, isn't he? Isn't it? Rosamontes, are you ready to proceed with the mission? Yes, I'm fine. Yulzies? Huh? Thanks for standing with us. Oh, damn, I clicked the wrong one again. Thank you for helping, Rosamontes. Our cooperation is far from over, so you're going to wear out those words if you keep standing on ceremony, you know. Doctor, do you really trust me so much? What did you say? Nothing. All right, let's get moving. I always get anxious whenever I see silence. I don't know why. Silence, is the temperature okay? Not too hot? You're controlling it very well. Saria's body temperature has stabilized. She should be out of danger. Ifrit, you should rest for a bit. Using Iridium Arts for the time being will wear you out. No, I'm staying with Saria. I remember back in the White Room, she kept me company when I was stuck in that bed. I was always in pain. My mind was totally messed up, and I couldn't stop myself from burning everything I saw. I don't even have a clear picture of every visit. I just know that every time I opened my eyes, she would be there at my bedside. I felt so relieved. So now I want to stay here and keep her company. Even though she won't open her eyes, I'm sure she can feel that I'm here. I'm sure she can. But she just needs a bit more sleep. Something still feels off. What's wrong? I just realized Saria isn't much taller than I am, and also her palms are soft, with sweaty nails too, just like your hand, Silence. Yes, Saria is of course an ordinary human. I'm afraid she's quite far from ordinary, Dr. Jara. She prefers to solve problems by herself without a word. She always keeps a straight face that deters people from voicing their opinions. Would you like to make a guess at just how many employees from Defense I had to offer psychological counseling year after year because of her? Really? Are you unhappy with Saria? Unhappy? One year I asked Kirsten if she was set on transferring a researcher to make the head of Defense. Transferring a researcher to make the head of the Defense section. Like promote them? Guess what the woman there did when she found out? She threw 3,000 listening devices onto my desk and right in my face, shattered them to pieces with her newly developed arts. An unfortunate thing, as a couple of them were operating on behalf of some of our government departments. They were just a little wary of such a rapidly progressing tech company. I was happy to share some controllable information with them to get them to ease up a little. I spent some time dealing with trouble that came with the incident, but who could deny the determination and skill of that young wyvern? I guess Saria has been like that. Sure enough, many years have come and gone, and if you compare her then and now, it doesn't seem like there's been much development. She's the most resolute and determined woman I know. Whoever said she wasn't. I watched she and Kirsten walk their paths, and I'm well aware of how decisive and strong she is. But even such an outstanding individual can't stand against a whole damn country. If you let her take on these obstacles she hasn't overcome in all this time, she'll only be smashed to bits. Here, car keys. Take Saria and Ifrit and leave before it's too late. Saria wouldn't want that. No, she wouldn't, but I'm not talking to Saria right now. Aren't you the type to go, innocent lives shouldn't be put at risk? This girl shouldn't be involved and neither should you. No one needs to die. I need a bit more time. Director Jara? I'm afraid we're all out of time. Take the secret passageway out now. What's wrong? An old friend has come knocking. This conference room. Whenever we had meetings, Parvis would sit by the window. Musi likes to sit in the middle, and you, Dr. Jar, would sit here furthest from Kirsten. You're the same as before, always standing behind someone else's seat. How nostalgic. Would you like something to drink? Red wine, or should we pop open the champagne? Hey, she knows how to stand on business. Is there an occasion? Of course. Mr. Finling Clooney is enjoying a career upgrade and also returned to Rhine Lab. Sounds like a cause for celebration. You think I'm here as the Army's guide? No. They have their own plans for Rhine, and I don't approve at all. Because I know that if something happens to the vice president while he's here, that's the end of the company. Kirsten can ignore the existence of Rhine Lab, but not me. The event today went off without a hitch. Don't play dumb with me, Jara. You may not know what kind of people... Wait, what? You may not know just what kind of people run the army. They could repeat today's adventure anytime they want. So, before those savages rip a dozen years worth of time and effort to shreds, can you just tell me the truth? What is Kirsten doing? Did Colonel Blake not tell you? The very first day Dr. Wright disappeared, I handed every document about control and project right over to them. And for the record, it happened to me more than once. I worked days of overtime just for this. Dr. Wright? As if you have the most ordinary collaborative relationship. I should show Blake the picture hidden in the darkest corner of your office drawer. Or has our dear HR doctor already come up with an explanation as to why she's hiding the New Year's card little Kirsten wrote her 2 decades ago. That's just an old photo. Kids aren't as cute and well behaved after they grow up. Ferdinand. You know that better than me. God, I am actually starting to like drift off. The sock in the jaw at Site 359 is still smarting. She's gone into hiding like a child clinging to her favorite toy. Except it's not a toy. It's a goddamn super weapon with some real forbidden secrets behind it. So you should find and drag her out if you still care about her. Or would you rather watch her die for the vaguest of ideals? Even if I couldn't bear to watch her go that far ahead. How do you suppose stopping her is within my power? This is Kirsten we're talking about, Ferdinand. She'll take everything you have. Do you think she would ever leave such a major weakness if you really wanted to treat the relationship between me and her as a vulnerability? So easily within your grasp? Good, great, you refuse to cooperate. What about the others, for example? Saria? You rescued her? And hidden her somewhere around here. So you're so willing to talk to me just to buy her some more time to escape. Let's say she manages to escape. Where would she even go to? Rhodes Island's caught up in the same mess, or that group of Maylander agents who love spinning webs just as much as you do. I have no idea what you're talking about. The military just picked up a new piece of intelligence. Saria, as well as the company behind her, Rhodes Island, are suspected of helping Kirsten steal classified information pertaining to national security. Maybe working at Rhinelab for more than a decade has made you naive enough to assume your old boss was some hero of justice. Okay.
All units, double check the status of your anti-originium equipment.
This is the position, right? I'm listening.
Now, hearken to the song of the distant sea. Who knows? I might sneak off somewhere. Stay calm. Relax. Boom!
I see them. I'll be right back. Moving to designated location.
Who's gonna hit the jackpot today? May the song seep into your souls.
I'm just gonna fall into the freaking...
You've got until 3 to surrender.
Nothing can mask the scent of despair. What is it? You've gone astray.
Leave it to me. I'll use fire.
I know what's better match your step. I'm listening.
自分のための戦いを。
Moving to designated location.
Is it my turn, Daddy?
Wow, I just wasted that.
Boom!
I know what nothing can mask the scent of despair.
You've got until
Yeah, I'm dozing. I feel it. I feel it. Yeah, I'm still sleepy, man.
gonna hit the jackpot today. Don't go too difficult to explain. Let me paint it for you. Is it my turn? Who's gonna hit the jackpot today?
Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
You've got until 3 to surrender. 3!
And there we go. You guys didn't see it on stream because I looked up to see if it was if you guys could see it. But as I was planting a unit down, I felt myself like slowly drifting. Like I could have just fell asleep right there. I'm not kidding. The usual stench of the sewers in spots where the light hasn't reached. These alleys are all the same. Urban planners probably can't afford to invent new ways to do their jobs at the speed the cities pop up of the Barrenlands. It's just too bad that you miss out on local scenery if you use nooks and crannies too much. Am I right, my good subordinate? Isn't it better to get a view of the city from above? A gust of wind blows through the empty alley. All the unexhaled smoke rings swirl back into the cracks of his metal. The Tin Man wonders if this is an opportune time to hack a few coughs as if choking. A lighter floats in front of him as soon as the embers of his cigarette die out. Banal is such a lamentable assessment for a city like this with no history. Holly, you were supposed to make contact 3 days ago. Oh, I had the impression that you're not particularly punctual yourself. Or you just toned down your volume. Why'd you pick this place for our meeting? Did you forget? The factory in District 13 is close by. Did you find the item from the other day? Yes, but unfortunately there are only fragments left. Fragments of stars with no way to guide the lost. And Kirsten, where's she? Well, are you watching the sky? You get a clear view of the sky without skyscrapers around. Do you think Kirsten might be hiding in a star up there? If so, then how are we supposed to find her? Holly, you went to the library 2 months ago. I'm a historian. Isn't it basically my job to visit libraries? We're talking about Maylander's library here. I don't recall authorizing that. You know, I can't contain my curiosity, just like right now. If I could trouble my employer with a question that I've been awfully curious about, what is it? Your smoke. Other than the clouds you puff out, the few wisps that slip out of your body, where exactly do they go? This is why you have the tip of the tail Is this why you have the tip of your tail at my chest? I smell my favorite scent on you. History. And if it's at all possible, I'd like to get a good look at every piece of your body for my research. Where should I start? Your head, chest, extremities? Holly, do you really think betraying the Maylander Foundation is the right choice here? Of course not. Maylander holds this most of this country's secrets, and in Colombia, secrets that can be traded for wealth or used as murder weapons. I spent 3 whole years before I finally managed to get into the Historical Society, and spent another 3 to gain your trust. Do you know what 6 years means to me? Being a Maylander agent has already taken 1/7 of my life. You shouldn't be wasting the rest of it behind bars or on the run. Yes, I know. And yet, if my time here isn't enough to embrace what I've been yearning for my whole life, then what difference does it make if I live another 10 years or just 1 more minute? Maylander won't allow anyone, least of all a defected agent, to access information they shouldn't be accessing. Shame on you, only to have seen me in your last moments. Then I can only pray to the stars that the dead won't speak so easily. Fine, let me switch up the question. Do you really think you could kill me? I'll never know until I try. Your air manipulation shouldn't be affecting me. No, this isn't a... I want to call it... Okay, the thing that I was avoiding saying yesterday was calling them cucks. Get it? K-U-K, cuck? Yeah. So... I don't know what to really call them. Like, I can't call them Triple K. That doesn't sound good. Like, Cull? Kooky. Okay, we'll call him Kooky. This isn't a Kooky ability. Damn, that sounds weird. Ability at all. You just know me so well, don't you? But fortunately, I'm not exactly completely clueless as to what you are. Ordinary arts have no effect on you, but a curse. The power of the oldest Sarkaz witchcraft, a soul imprisoning curse. It's been an awfully long time since I had a taste of something like this. That one year when Maylander agent went deep into the bleached wasteland to investigate the ruins of the Sarkaz royal court and suffered an unprecedented life-threatening injury. I didn't expect Maylander to leave those files intact. You couldn't have thought that I ventured into Maylander's top secret database just for Kirsten. I did remind him that documenting everything isn't necessarily a good habit to have all the time. According to you, only the long-lived would have such an extensive memory, while the rest of us want to grab as much knowledge as we can. So naturally we come up with different methods. Otherwise, how can we short-lived beings hope to resist the control of people like you? Dang, he's fighting with a freaking smoke pipe while she's using a whole ass tail and a weapon on it. If you really want to destroy this body, you probably need more than a little time. I have 2 minutes to spare. So you're not even going to come out of hiding to greet me? Banshee? Oh, God! Weren't you just talk about how unwilling you are to show yourself? Like I said, I have no interest in watching you two murder your own boss. Watching you murder your own boss. But he's more than just that. Oh, old acquaintances, are you? Personally, not at all, but my blood knows him. Fascinating. I've been over it many times, and this guy here doesn't smell Sarkis. Be careful of any tricks he might play. I don't want him to resurrect right after all the trouble I've gone through to kill him. I won't let him interfere with the next step of the plan. I can't do it. A delicate trap you've laid. I had guessed that Holly might have planted something in the sky, but I didn't expect Banshee's curse to be hidden in the noise of the construction. My blood has taught me the power of words, and the sound of machinery clashing and colliding is the language I hear most. An amazing talent. You have fooled even me. There are only a few Banshees, including those in the royal court, who could make me suffer like this. Were you born in Kazdel or the Valley of Banshees? It doesn't matter. My blood isn't pure enough. I haven't experienced any grand events either. Right now, I'm just an engineer living in Columbia doing whatever I want. Have you found a home in Columbia? What about you? So many years have passed in a flash. I've heard that over the past 2 centuries, those youths, Theresis and Theresa, have finally built Kazdel as a nomadic city. I don't even know myself what Kazdel looks like today. Are the streets still as crowded? The flags hanging in the city walls unchanged for a millennium? The undying furnace in the core still hot as ever? Can you relight my cigarette, child? This little spark can't hold the remaining warmth of your soul. I know. I only want to stay a little longer to ask you a few more questions. What did you see in Kirsten's dreams? The future. Has she actually promised you a change in the a change to the Sarkis' fate? Do you believe she can do what no one else has been able to accomplish in the past millennium? No, she only showed me a possibility that came from within myself. Alright, engineer girl. If I could just trouble you to ask my darling employer if he has any last words. The fire's almost out. Time moves too fast for an old man like me. The last question is mine. An ancient one, like you, must have seen the fall of so many Kazdels. And surely, you must have thought of and searched for a place. Speaks in Sarkis. Where's the Sarkis promised land? Promised land, huh? Time's up. A silvery green tail shatters the Tin Man's side with a strong burst of wind. The last spark fizzles out, and at the same time the cigarette hits the ground. Wait, she was successful in killing him? A bone whistle sounds. Tremount has never heard such a sound. Neither the residents in their deep sleep or the office workers working overtime will be aware of what just happened. Other than those who made an appointment. Rosmontis, did you hear that? Huh? Logos was too busy to come to Tremount's, right? My terminal says Logos has a lot to do. He hasn't trained me for a long time, so I haven't been using my full strength in my sessions. Don't make things hard for Mechanus. It's been hard for Blazin. Yeah. Blazin Sharp have always complained that training with me is more tiring than going out on missions. Before we left the landship, Radiant told me that the Logos would come back with Amiya soon. I miss Amiya. I miss her so much. Will we be able to see them after we finish this and return to Rhodes Island? I always do that. I miss them too. Doctor, did you make it there? Yes, the message says we're meeting in the alley. We'll go home soon, I promise. He's gonna go there and Tin Man is... Yep. The alley is dark and silent like an abyss. Something rolls out from the murky shadows. Perhaps it's due to the material hardness, but as it rubs against the ground, it eerily resembles a cog out of its wheel. A frightful rattle, echoing in the darkness of night. Rolls straight out of the alley entrance where the light and darkness meet. It turns out to be a metal head. The upper half is usually obscured by a hat's brim, but the mouth on its lower half often has a cigarette exhaling rings of smoke. while spouting words that are at times perceptive and other times incurious. But now there's no cigarette, no hat, no trench coat, or even the part that should be present past his neck. There's only a head. The Tin Man is dead? I would take it easy if I were you. After all, if you do make any moves, I can't guarantee that your head won't end up rolling with my old employers there. You didn't come here just to banter with me. Sure, two things. It's time for Rhodes Island to end your excursion in Tremount. And the other, as you've just seen, the leader of the Mainlander agents, the Tin Man, has been murdered. We need a culprit. And you've picked me. Fertility certainly affects the credibility of the idea. But the mundanity and I am definitely falling asleep. I might need to get up and stretch or something. Enigmatic vibes of Rhodes Island makes you an excellent target for the Mainlander investigations, even just for a bit. You just want to buy yourself some time. It won't do you good to look for any other secrets, okay? Not like I can run. You gonna try and call for help? You might want to lower your gaze. My tail won't exactly agree. I've had my eyes on you ever since you stepped into Tremount. At first, none of this had anything to do with you or Rhodes Island at all. Even if you and Sawyer are moving in the same direction, role-playing as heroic firefighters, why haven't you dispatched a few more men that, like that good old mechanic, to mock things up quick? If you're not going to talk, then why don't I tear your chest open and take a look at the secrets hiding inside? The Silver King Liberi approaches, and someone's going to shoot at her or something. Her plumage scrapes the fabric of your hood, emanating a soft but piercing sound. At first, I thought you were the same as those other eccentric scientists, trying to find some sort of revelation about the future of Kirsten's research. After all, we're such a silly species, aren't we? Limited lifespan, unlimited ambition. The moment we realize the limits of what we can accomplish in our short lives, we become willing to surrender our arrogance for just a moment and beg for a shortcut. But on you, I smell no trace of that desire. What do you dream of? What of your past? I'm becoming very interested in you now, Doctor. But unfortunately, my colleagues are about to show. For your friend's head in your hands, and I'm enjoying a captivating session with Columbia's top agents. You might find yourself astonished. Think through some answers to my questions during your interrogation. I hope I don't give you a chance to run. Wait, why are you here? Did this hood ever come with a guarantee of who would be under it? Oh, she fooled him? Or fooled her? It wasn't Doctor? It was Mulesey's the entire time? Oh, wow. A water clone. More trees up your sleeve, pathetic elf. Doesn't matter. Doctor of Rhodes Island, we will see each other very soon. Oh, what? Doctor, a lot of people rushing towards that alley. Fuck! I really need to, I really wish it wouldn't require me to tap more than once. Because every single time that I tap a second time, it's too quick. They're Mainlander agents. It's a good thing that you used your brains and borrowed my clone for that meeting. Otherwise, you would have fallen into that horrible woman's trap, for real. She definitely left evidence implicating Rhodes Island. You heard everything she said over the comms, right? Do we make enemies of both Mainlander and the military? I'm afraid so. You're not joking, are you? Doctor, if you and the Tin Man had any plans, now would be a good time to share them, you know. Your silence implies, wait, Doctor, you can't mean that something really happened to that mega mysterious super agent in the trench coat with tin can for a head? I heard a banshee's bone whistle. That was a bone whistle? Wait, banshee, you say? Of the Sarkis variety? Was it for Kirsten? Did she? Rosie suddenly falls silent. She looks up at the sky above Tremount. There's nothing there besides thousands of stars. You cannot help but recall Holly's question from earlier. Why'd you come to Tremount? Kirsten, what kind of person is she exactly? Fuck! I'm not pressing high enough on the screen. Quick silence over there. That scared me. This alarm, did something happen to Director Jara? Silence, are you okay? I'm fine, Saria. I can help you carry her. Your face is all sweaty. If Saria doesn't wake up now, they're gonna catch us. Don't push the blame onto Saria. But your face. You look like you're about to. I'm fine, Ifrit. Just happy to remember what happened earlier. I watched her fall in front of me, and my very first reaction was not to worry or surprise, but regret. Because you were mad at her? Yes. If that was really the last conversation we ever had, I didn't want to think that I was blaming her. Actually, I don't know who else can hear me out. Then just patch things up, huh? And then when Saria wakes up, we can go back together. How about it? She'll return here the moment she wakes up. That's the type of woman she is. Fine, I think I get it. Neither of you is going to go home, are you? That's right. Then why not work together? Work together? Yeah, even silence. Or even silence. Jesus, yes, silence. Even though you got some new gear on, you're still a doctor. If you keep running like this, you're going to get hurt or even die. I know Saria is a great fighter. Even I've started to know that teamwork's important, yet she still likes to work alone. If it weren't for us, Saria would be in a worse situation right now. Neither of you wanted me to tag along, but at the very least, you got to promise me that you'll work with Saria. Otherwise, the two of you will worry about me. And I'll worry about you guys too. Ifrit, just say yes or no. I'll even behave and go back to the doctor. Just promise me. Some words are just easier to say when you're a team, right? Where did you learn this? The doctor past taught me all these people skills. I'll think about it. Great. Silence. What's that over there? A transmitter. That just appeared? It's all silvery and flowy. Real pretty. Don't touch it. Ifrit, that's very dangerous. Dangerous? No way. More than my flames? It's another product of Ryan's experiments. For real? Then I'll burn it up. No, just wait and see. Don't be too quick to destroy it. A small lump of silvery substance gushes inside the test tube. Ever since it left Parvis's home, it has lingered without a target direction, as if it's lost its hub directive. As if its only mission is to lead her to Parvis. Professor Parvis never does anything without a purpose. His appearance earlier couldn't have been him wanting to chat with me. He deliberately led me to think he was the goal in this race for the transmitter. Could it be the truth was never? Silence, the door is over here. How could someone spot us? Stand back, Ifrit. Calcification. I keep wanting to say calculation, but then I just look at it again and it's not the word I think it is. Sorry, you're awake, hooray. But I'm fine. You're not bluffing a doctor that easily. I'm just holding this door until it's safe enough for you to leave. QED, I'm perfectly fine. Calcification, shut up. The military mechs are closing in on our position. This path is no longer safe. Dr. Jara, she wouldn't hand over the information that easily. And so, there's only one possibility remaining. "10 minutes. They should have run into Blake's people by now. The old Sire would have probably stood a chance to escape unscathed. However, she's injured and carrying 2 extra burdens. Want to guess how long she can last in front of a fully armed special arms unit?" The phone is ringing. "Ma'am?" "It's me. Of course, I'm always willing to serve Columbia. Thank you for the advice. By now, you should be willing to believe that I did try my best. I tried my hardest just to secure this opportunity to talk. If you had agreed with me earlier, then our defense director's life would oh my god, I can't read. Jesus Christ. Would at the very least not be in danger. But you still sent them on that path, to that secret passage known only to Maylander agents. Sire might die because of you. And the next one to go may well be the one you're most concerned about. I'm hoping from the bottom of my heart you'll think the question over. Where the hell is Kirsten Wright?" Dr. Jara works for Maylander? I investigated her 10 years ago, found nothing. It was only when Tin Man showed up I left Rhine Lab and got more clues to confirm it. She's been at Rhine for a long time. She knew Kirsten before even I did. Ifrit, attack the window on your left. Gotcha. It's so sturdy. The glass in the experimental labs is all reinforced, so ordinary impacts aren't going to be able to smash them. And if we break them now, we'll attract the attention of the soldiers downstairs. We use my fire to cut through the glass. I can control my flames already, so I'll be able to do it. Oh, she's reaching avatar state. The teacher mentioned in the original arts classes, fire can be tempered, be silent, and become a quiet anger. Make my flames into a sword. Make my flames into a single thread. It cracked a little bit. You split the enamel. Sorry, just hold on a little longer. I'm halfway through. I can do it. Focus, Ifrit. Don't get distracted. When you were unconscious, Director Jara told me that there's no way you can fight against an entire country. So if it's as you say, that Maylander and the military have come to some kind of agreement, then we truly are facing off against the entire country right now. Yes. Your heart rate and body temperature are spiking near their limits, and you're only just woken up. Your body is taking a serious toll. Perhaps. Saria, you're at your limit. Silence. Jara modified your drone. I've seen the prototype blueprints. When did you? Its current load-bearing capacity is at least 2 adults for a short distance glide. Get out through the hole Ifrit opened, and the drone will be able to take you to the roof of the opposite building. You'll have to act fast. I'll wait for you to go over, and then I'll exit through this door and divert the pursuers. Their number are many. I won't be able to fend them off for long. Saria, you still haven't given me an answer. Your inability to make a genuine stand against Rhine, is it because deep in your bones you've always been the same as them? The same as Control? Sorry, Silence. I thought it through. I'm unable to give you a definite answer. If Kirsten's experiment violates any laws that shouldn't have been broken, I will stop her. Just like all the wrongs Rhine has committed over the years. The wrongs should be made right. For I've always believed that the stronger one is, the rash they should be acting. The less rash they should be acting? Yes, the less rash they should be acting. If I were to return to the past, back when Kirsten and I first met, when everything had yet to happen, I would not have stopped Kirsten then. I would not have stopped the birth of Rhine Lab. Yes, even if I knew that Rhine would create so much suffering in the future, even if I could foresee the ambitions of Kirsten, Parvis, and Finland growing out of control, I would still stand with them. Sorry, your answer might be more definitive than you think. Silence, sorry. Did you guys see that? I opened it. Go, Silence. Is there anything else you would like to know? We can wait until this is all over, and I'll tell you. Alright. Silence? Why are you spacing out? We gotta get moving. Poor Libri. None of this has anything to do with you. What exactly is it that you want? Truth, justice, or peace? I'll tell you what you want to know. And yet, even if you know it all, what can you do? This is not the answer I want. The drone's belt? Silence, what are you doing? The whirling drone starting up comes from behind. Oh, she saved Saria. The unreinforced door at the end of the corridor is about to melt under the impact of an energy weapon. Saria is suspended in midair, holding Ephraim in one arm, stretching the other out towards Silence, trying to grab her. But Silence doesn't return her grip and retraces the path they've taken in reverse. Okay, is this Silence's time? I should have talked with you sooner, Saria. Oh, fucking finally! Finally! I only just came to understand why I can't help but get mad at you. I thought it was from the falling out we had during the diabolic crisis, or that I'm dissatisfied with the way you insist on sheltering everything yourself. But actually, the one I'm most annoyed with is myself. The blame I push onto you for not doing enough is only because I built a habit of depending on you. I had hoped to change control, just like I hoped the professor could save Ifrit, and that control could change Rhine Lab. I had hoped every deadlock would be solved by someone's anger. Someone stronger, jeez. I'm so weak, aren't I? On one hand, I loathe powerful figures that manipulate everything and treat innocent lives like expendable resources and numbers. On the other hand, I still pin my hopes for the future on people stronger, and not just power, but in morality and empathy. Only now do I understand that no one can truly carry everything on their own. That is beyond the capacity of a single individual. Everyone who's willing to help me on the way here, Rhodes Island, Director Mulesey's, Director Jara, and you. All of you want me to stay out of it. If you hadn't collapsed in front of me, if Ifrit hadn't been in danger, I might have just obediently thrown in the towel. But now I won't back down. I refuse to allow myself to stay under your wings. I refuse to accept that I can only stand in vain as the gunfire rings right above us, and open my arms to the injured. It's about fucking time. This time I will step into the flames before any of you. It's about time. She's finally like, it's about fucking time, dude. Hold on, I'm checking for something. Give me 1 second. Okay. The drone sends the two. The drone sends the two to a lower floor of the neighboring building. Saria smashes a window, and they land smoothly. There must be more to Fertilin's people on the lookout downstairs. But as long as there's room for action, she believes she can find a way to break through the encirclement. However, Silence, what are you doing? Silence, hurry up and fly over with the drone. Ephraim anxiously yells across at the room across, but Silence takes long before turning her back. Just as Silence begins to turn, Saria gets a look at her eyes. They are brimming with regret. But more than that is determination. Fernandin, we've got someone in the corridor. She says she has business with you. Silence? Why are you? I'm sorry, Dr. Jara. I've already made up my mind. I have unfinished business, so I can't leave yet. I remember you. Harvest's stellar student. You and Elena gave me such a headache back at Site 359. Yes, my name is Silence. And I would like to make a deal with you. A deal. You really think I would let Saria go? This isn't up to you. No. This is the only thing that's up to me. That's transmitter from Site 359. What are you doing? Even if you put the transmitter into your body, it's not going to work. Dorothy's hub was destroyed. The new hub is in Kirsten's hands. That's impossible. That was my experiment, mine and Dorothy's. A short while ago, I met with Dr. Parvis. His laboratory was storing a large amount of transmitter. Director Clooney, you must have realized it long ago, but you didn't want to admit it. You would rather believe your failure was owed to a bad move than to believe that control was playing you the whole time. Did you really never consider the possibility? She's the one that's working more closely with the military. She had countless ways to kill your experiment with Dorothy in its infancy. But then, why did she only show up after your experiment succeeded? We still have a chance. Whatever Kirsten is trying to do with the transmitter, she hasn't succeeded yet. Dr. Clooney, bring me to her. The transmitter is inside me. I'll become your beacon to locate Kirsten.
Did you see that guy's face just now? The total despair when he realized he was gonna get blown to bits no matter what he did. Wasn't that hilarious?
I love her voice. Jesus Christ. We're going to stop here, guys, because I'm like fighting sleep. And even though this was a little bit shorter than the last stream, I'm literally fighting for my life right now. But don't worry. I still think I can complete this within this week because the way that I'm planning on doing the next couple streams, right? Tomorrow night, I'm gonna start a little later because I'm gonna get me some sleep first, and then I'm gonna start because then I can actually probably pull an all-nighter, or at least do a couple of them and start that next morning. So one of the two is going to happen. I'm either going to do like a couple nodes and then stop, or I'm going to pull an all-nighter. One of the two. Oh, God. I'm so tired, man. I don't even know why. I didn't do much. Alright, guys. Thank you for joining me. This was a shorter stream, but I think we're making progress. You guys said there's 12 total, so we're at 5. Yeah, I think I'm fine. We're gonna finish this on by end of day Thursday. I'm calling it. Or I'll be playing Zenless Zone 0, and assuming I get in, I'll be playing Zenless Zone 0 and Arknights. And if I don't have Zenless Zone 0 access, we can just do 2 Arknights that day. Yeah, we're good. We're literally good. So, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully tomorrow I won't be as tired so that we can just get through at least 4 or 5 more. Oh, there's only 6 more states. Oh, yeah, then we're good. Yo, we're going to finish this within the next 2 streams. Within the next 2 streams, we're going to finish this. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow, because for the rest of the week I don't work, and it's going to be a good time. Thank you guys for vibing with me. And just as I said that about Zenless Zone 0, I got an email saying that I got in. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. So, we're in on Friday. So, we're playing Zenless Zone 0, and we're doing Arknights. So, we're going to do, we gotta complete this either before, or we're going to play it on the same day. We're good. All right. Love you guys. See you guys. I go sleep now. Bye-bye.